Are we able to go from green to a bright fiery orange color? That just depends on the values of the two colors that you are trying to color shift. So if you have a very highly chromatic, very grass green color and you're wanting to be a very highly chromatic, fiery orange color, mixing these two colors together is probably going to result in like a very muddy, muted yellow color. And that muddy yellow color that we are seeing doesn't actually exist. It is a reflection, a trick of the eye, mixing this fiery orange with this grass green together. They're reflecting both orange and green at the same time, tricking our eye into thinking that we're seeing like a muddy yellow tone. So if you are going from one highly chromatic color to another highly chromatic color on the same level of value, chances are when you mix those two colors together, it's going to dull and mute the color in between them. And the further apart your starting point and ending point are on a 2D space, the more muted your result will become. So in this example of going from green to bright fiery orange, I would recommend removing some pigment from the green hair to get it as light in value as possible, and then drop it down to your bright fiery orange color. The lighter in value that you are, no matter what color you're starting with, it will result in a more intense color if you're going darker in value, if this makes sense. So let's say we started with a grass green color, we lightened it to maybe a couple of levels here to a lighter, more pastel green. If we put this bright fiery orange over the top of it, it's not going to result in this very highly chromatic red-orange color. The extra blue hue that is in this very pastel green color is going to mix with this orange, resulting in a more muted version of the fiery red-orange that you're looking for. But a cool little trick is if you do end up with a more muted version of what you are looking for, you can just color over it again, and it might shift it a little bit more intensely. But the main takeaway from this video, if you are starting with a highly chromatic color and wanting to shift to a different highly chromatic color, you have to change the values significantly for your result to go highly chromatic. Otherwise, you could end up with a much more dull and muted result.